For Dalaran!
Alright, hello everybody. I'm here with another edition of For Dalaran. I'm still going to be working on the ice-themed deck. I've played it quite a bit since my last video, and I found that I've had two problems. The first is warriors, and I think warriors are a problem just because of the sheer amount of charge they have, and the fact that they equip equipment, and it can attack that turn with the equipment that they just equipped. Now, there's a lot of equips in one sentence, but hopefully you know what I mean. Basically, they attack me before I can really respond. Now, this actually isn't a huge problem because of the metagame right now, and you don't really see warriors at least I don't see warriors at diamond level of play. I've only encountered warriors playing unranked. So, really, I don't consider the warrior issue huge. What I do consider huge is priests. Priests are my biggest problem. Mages don't give me problems, but priests do. So, the biggest counter to a priest right now is silence. That's why I have the silence open right now, with all the cards that have silence. What silence can do for you against a priest is amazing, because if they're dumping 2 to 3 cards onto a single minion to give them some ungodly attack power, your one silence creates huge card advantage, right? Because you're getting rid of the original minion's abilities, whatever they may be. Usually it'll be something like a light minion or a Goldshire cleric, right? And both of those have absolutely amazing card text. And then you get rid of all of the stuff that they dumped onto the creature. So you can generate huge card advantage just by using silence. So I'm thinking I want to have at least 2 silence creatures in the deck. I mean, they're not only just good against priests, they're good against everything. Most decks are going to have something that they can drop, which a silence minion is going to really work well against. Legendaries, definitely, right? You want to silence those legendaries. You want to get rid of divine shields. You want to get rid of spell damage +1. You want to get rid of death rattle effects, right? So just the question is, what? Which one do I want to pick? Now you'll see that there's no mage cards that have silence text. So we're stuck with either the Ironbeak Owl or the Spellbreaker. Ironbeak Owl, obviously a cheaper drop. Half the cost of the Spellbreaker. It's also much smaller, though. Another interesting thing about this is you got the 4 attack power, and that's that magic number against priests. That being said, I think that even playing Ironbeak Owl, sort of like a pseudo spell, like you just drop it down just to get the silence, you don't even care what happens to it, is probably going to be pretty effective. So to start with, I think I'm going to craft 2 Ironbeak Owls. Or maybe just 1. I'll craft 1, and then we'll see if we want to get another one. Alright, so we got the 1 Ironbeak Owl now. You know what? Let's just go with 2. I mean, I figured I'm going to play decks in the future that are going to need 2, so we might as well just have 2. Okay. So, we've got 4 Dalaran Ice Edition. Just open that up. What can we get rid of? That's the big question. Honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit rough finding room for this guy. So since my last video, I did tweak a little bit, I think. I'm not sure if Ice Barrier was in my last video, but it's in there as a delay of game tactic. That extra 8 health can do a lot. Like, the only mages I was losing against were mages that were Ice Barriering and Ice Blocking, because they could just get rid of so much damage that I just ran out of cards and I couldn't kill them. So I decided to include this Ice Barrier in here, and just 1, because, I'm going to eventually draw it. I often go down to fatigue damage with this deck. And I found this super effective, so I'm definitely very happy with this choice. And it's kind of fun that it happens to be an ice spell, and this is sort of like an ice deck. Alright, so I don't want to get rid of Arcane Missile. It's just too cheap in the combo. Too cheap, too cheap. Geomancer, maybe? Yeah, I think at least 1 Geomancer's got to go. I mean, it's a nice card, but this isn't about spell damage. This is about the crazy combo. And I think with that in mind, the Azure Drake can go. Alright? And then throw in the 2 Ironbeak Owls. So I think this is the version of the deck that I'm going to run with for now. Look at that owl's face. Okay, yeah, this is the version of the deck I'm going to run with now. And we'll play some games and see what happens. Alright, see ya in a match in a second. Alright, so hello everybody. The patch just went live for Hearthstone. I haven't played any games yet, but you can see I am now ranked as an angry chicken. Everybody's rank was reset, so this is going to be kind of interesting to see how fast we can climb up and how fast we can, and how far we can get rather. So I haven't made any changes to my deck. I did get a nice 40 dust from disenchanting Unleash the Hounds, because that was recently changed. I was holding on to it from a pack in case I ever played a hunter deck, but with the changes, I don't think it's worthwhile to hold on to. So, disenchanted it. Might get a frost wall or whatever it's called in the future, or ice wall. But for now, just keep the deck the same and see what happens. Alright, we got ourselves a worthy opponent, a shaman. Oh, awesome. We can see the opponent's rank now. That's great.
You asked for it.
Okay, so obviously Pyroblast and the Flamestrike are just too expensive to keep in an opening hand. Couldn't see any reason you'd ever do that.
You're going second, so you get the coin. Use
Yeah, I already know that, buddy. Well, there's no real coin play I want to do, so just leave that. Excuse any drinking noises, I'm just having my morning coffee. Yeah, I know it's almost 10, but whatever. Alright, so as a mage, this early Murloc stuff is fine, because it's just like, boom, and then we'll take 1 damage, and then we'll kill it. It just sort of slows the game down, which is absolutely excellent for a mage, because we want to get those big mana cards out.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Okay. Oh, you see that with the change, right? It's a 3-2 now. So, in fact, do I want to do that? I was thinking Ironbeak Owling him, and then I have a 2-1 to exchange with her, but then he'd probably just exchange, right? So if I had 3 mana, that'd be much better. Is he just looking at this, wondering why it's a 3-2? Because he's probably got nothing else he can do, right? GG for you. Mirror image. Actually, that's pretty good, right? So we can do the silence thing. And then we can hide behind a mirror image. So next turn we can do this exchange, and then fireball that. I am assuming he's going to be able to do something, though, to maybe complicate our plans a little bit.
Just me and Mr. Bitey.
Yeah, something like that. So now whatchamacallit, a blizzard would be a nice draw. No, fireball, okay. So I think we're going to want to kill that. Then we're going to have 2 mana, probably just for Novice Engineer. Trade those up. Get the Engineer out.
You like my invention?
Nice. Alright, and we're doing fine. He's got only 4 cards in his hand. Look at our hand. We don't have either piece of our combo yet, which isn't great. It'd be nice to be sort of a bit more secure by having our at least 1 piece earlier, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so this guy dies to Blizzard. This guy dies to Blizzard. She freezes to Blizzard. Oh, he's going for the shot because he wants to do the exchange, I guess. No, he's going straight for me. That's fine. That's better. Okay, so, delay of game. Look at that hand. 2 cards. Hilarious.
Oh, if you're sure.
Next turn we'll attack her and then fireball her. Or fireblast her, rather. Okay, that might change things a little bit.
My shield for Argus.
Oh, changes things perhaps a bit more. Okay. I only want to use 1 of these Frostbolts. Well, I don't even want to use 1, but I can only use 1, really. But let's Arcane Intellect. See if we can draw into something really useful. Yeah, like that's absolutely beautiful. mess them up. I don't need her for anything, so let's just get that exchange going.
Behold the might of
Oof.
Stormwind!
Behold the might of delay of game.
Mind if I roll me?
You might have to fireball this guy. Although a Pyroblast would be an absolute excellent draw. And I'll get the opportunity to draw 2 cards, right? Because I'll be able to sack this guy. I wonder if he's going to do this. Hey, look at that effect. All the cards glow. Oh, he's just trying to rush me down. Okay, so right now, Fire Blast, or Fire Blast would be excellent. We've got this blocker,
Hey, give me that!
so we might as well do this. Flamestrike, oh my god. I'm gonna give up, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Because that's rough to play against. Yeah, and that's good. So we've got the Sorcerer's Apprentice. We're going to be at almost 10 mana soon. If we can pull a Gadgeteer soon, we'll be good. Okay. That's fine. So, I mean, this just takes us an extra turn to deal with. Do that, then we do that, then we attack.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Alright, not a problem. That's kind of an issue. Where are you, Gadgetzan Auctioneer? I need your help. Just dig for it. Still no, come on. What is this? So I'm considering doing this, right? But I can take 2 damage. That's not a worry. And if he kills the Kobold, that's fine. We don't need that extra damage that badly. And then we can do this kind of a trade after. Oh, but this is a problem. This is a problem. Ice Barrier? That's what it's called. I always forget the name of this card. Okay, so we have to fireball this guy down. Right, to get rid of those buffs. Then we can just kill him off. We can attack. And we can fireball, I guess, and Ice Barrier, because he seems to like to attack me. Still waiting on the Auctioneer. I got 2 of them in the last 10 cards here. I've used both my fireballs. I still have a Pyroblast though. Basically plus 8 life. Very good card. There we go. Okay, so now we start comboing. We go Auctioneer. We go Apprentice. So we want to get rid of this guy, just to make 1 less target for Arcane Missile. And we'll damage this guy down a little bit. Again, just for the Arcane Missile targets. Oh, wow, we have 2 Ice Lances in there, don't we? Okay. So let's just start Arcane Missiling. Ice Lance. Right, so no longer a problem. This is sort of just pro forma now. Behold the might of Crazy Combo. There's the Pyroblast. I'll probably be playing that next turn. If it even gets... No, I think I can win this turn. Yeah, I win this turn. GG, well played. And that is how that combo works. I mean, pretty much went as well as could be expected. Yay. Alright, am I gonna... So I won a game, so I'm a 1-star Angry Chicken now. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna do game 2. We just won our last game as an Angry Chicken, now we're a 1-star Angry Chicken. Well, it kind of sounds like we're gonna be facing people who are at the higher levels of play. Really, we're gonna be facing a huge grab bag of random ranked players, since everybody was just reset. Like, literally, I think the client updated like an hour ago. Alright, so we got a worthy opponent and Warlock. And we like fighting Warlocks because they hit themselves and then we hit them as well.
You asked for it.
I actually have a Warlock daily quest, and I should make a deck called Stop Hitting Yourself, because that's what Warlocks do. Okay, so yeah, Pyroblast, too expensive. Card draw's nice. First piece of the combo. Do we keep it? No, let's throw it away. I don't like having the combo in my opening hand. Let's see, that's much better actually. Delay of game. Some removal for things like Fairy Dragon. Pretty good.
The light protects.
Urgent Squire, okay. That's not great. So we're going to take some beats from her. But we'll probably end up killing her with the Cone of Cold at some point.
Mind if I roll need?
Okay. So we fire. We could Arcane Missile and just hope the RNG loves us and kills both of them, but it's a little bit risky. So let's just Fireball her. We'll be taking 3 damage next turn, but whatever. We could coin into Arcane Missile. That's a little bit too risky. So ideally he plays another creature, just 1, then we freeze all 3, delay for a turn. Yeah, that's absolutely... Well, that's actually not that great, because now they have that extra health, right? So this is why taking damage isn't that big of a deal. You see him at 26, he's at 28, because he's a Warlock and he's crazy. Well, let's do this. So I'll kill off the Imp.
I hope you like my invention.
Engineer, okay. Do.
Why do you call?
The light protects me.
Okay, this is not ideal. We need board clearing. That's what we need. This is kind of like a random chance at doing some clearing, so let's do that. The RNG does not really like this that much. So I don't like having to do this, but it seems like we're going to have to coin just to prevent too much damage from coming at us. I know he'll get a card, but that's fine. We can kill the Taunter without dying. I might see something like that, and then that.
You call that?
Yeah, that, okay. And then I just Firebolt it, so it's not a big deal. Flamestrike. We don't want to try and delay the game so long that we're going to Flamestrike these minions. We're just going to take too much damage if we do that. So, let's do this. I got the stuff here. Sort of slow things down. We'll take 2 damage, big deal. He'll probably do 2 damage to himself. We're 2 turns away from Flamestrike. So ideally, he'd develop the board a bit. We'll kill this next turn with a Fire Blast. Yeah, Fire Blast.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
His health is increasing. Right, so Cone of Cold is what I need. Cone of Cold would be the best draw. Blizzard would be really good too, actually. Blizzard would be the best draw. Arcane Intellect. We get Arcane Intellect into a Cone of Cold. Mirror Image is good too. Iceland's not that useful. So let's just get another draw.
You like my invention?
Arcane Intellect, that's fine. Throw down the Mirror Image just to absorb some damage. We'll still probably take a beating, but next turn, I'm going to assume he's going to play at least 1 minion. We'll do a huge, 6-for-1 card draw, or card advantage trade. The mathematics of card advantage versus life is very strange in Warlock, because he's going to be life tapping all the time. So we're at comparable life totals now. And once I clear, it's going to be comparable card totals as well. It's just that he's been doing it through being aggro, and I've been doing it through efficient trades and being willing to take damage, right? So it's very strange. It's one of the weirder matchups to think about. Oh, is he just going to leave it? Yeah, he's kind of afraid of the Flamestrike. You know, I can't blame him. Flamestrike is pretty good.
Oh, if you're sure.
So we need Ice Barrier, because we need to make sure that our life doesn't dip too low. Another thing about armor that I never thought about before was there's certain cards like Molten Giant that are affected by how much life you have. Right, they're cheaper if you have less life. So in those cases, armor is pretty cool because you can take damage, armor up, and then your life is still considered lower for the purposes of those Molten Giants and stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Cone of Cold. Cone of Cold is what we need. We need a Cone of Cold. We need a Cone of Cold. Loot Hoarder is not Cone of Cold. We do have Arcane Intellect though, so let's do that. Ice Barrier is what we needed. Ice Lance is not what we need. Let's throw up the Engineer. Can still get a Cone of Cold out of this? Nope. Let's throw that Ice Block up.
Job's done.
For the 8 life, right? Once he triggers the Ice Barrier, I'll be at higher life than him. Life, quote unquote, right? So smart move, right? You always want to try and figure out what your opponent's secret is. So you always want to know the secrets of all the different classes. And then you should try and bait out the secret. So one of my proudest moments of baiting out a secret was using Coin to trigger a counterspell on my opponent's mage. That was pretty hilarious. The situation isn't as great as it could be. So another Flamestrike would be really nice right now. Because I could Fire Blast that guy and then wipe it out. But Fireball instead. You'll note that this guy's only got 2 hit points. That's because of the change recently. Which is actually kind of a buff to mages because Blizzard will take him out now, right? So 11 cards, we get a 1 in 11 chance to draw a Blizzard. If we can draw a card, but we can't even draw a card with the spells in our hand. Oh, he's got quite a bit of damage coming at me next turn. This might even be classified as a problem. Let's do that. Let's freeze this guy. Because we don't need that much direct damage to kill a Warlock.
Mind if I roll knee? Mind if I roll knee?
Just because I'm hoping for an exchange to protect my life. If he doesn't exchange, I think I win next turn, so... Like, if he doesn't do this, I win next turn, or if he doesn't do something from his hand to kill off the Apprentice, I win next turn.
You face Jaraxxus, Eredar Lord of the Burning Legion.
Okay, he thinks this is a good move, but it's actually pretty bad. I guess he has to do... Oh. Did I speak too soon? What's he gonna play? Is it gonna be Soulfire? No! So we were 2 HP from victory there, because next time we would have done that, right? But alright, that was pretty good, I guess. Can't lose starts at this rank, okay. Woo, I get my golden fireball, sounds nice. But only 1? That's weird. Because we get polymorph next. I don't know, that's weird. Alright, so I just want to say about Jaraxxus, the reason I don't like it is because it seems like one of those cards that you really need to have as a Warlock to play the best kind of competitive Warlock deck. And that's really unfortunate because it's a legendary, so it's going to be hard to get. So if you want to play a Warlock, you're kind of stuck until you can actually get that legendary. I mean, there are viable non-Jaraxxus Warlock decks, but I think the best one is the Jaraxxus deck. Too early for Ice Barrier. Pretty good. This is a good counter versus Mana Worm, right? Boom, boom, boom. So Mana Worm, that's fine. Let's look at Ironbeak Owl now. What I'm gonna do is Novice Engineer. And my hope is he's gonna be like Coin and then like a mirror image or something, because he's gonna want to boost this up as much as possible. He'll get the one strike, but then I'll Ironbeak Owl it, and the idea is that it'll end up being an inefficient use of the cards in his hand because he's getting tunnel vision. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine either way. Okay. So let's just silence him. I don't know. Was that a good move? Let me know in the comments. How would you have played that? Next turn I'll probably do something like this, and then Pyroblast. But then that's a problem. So we got Cones of Cold here. What to do? I don't want to freeze this early, but it kind of seems like I have to.
If you're sure.
Job's done.
So next turn I can Fire Blast it and then just trade off. Though I might want a Cone of Cold just to delay that guy as well. Oh, that's a nice draw. Just gonna do this. And then we do this. And then we can do like this and Firebolt or something, or Fire Blast. He's got more cards in his hand because he Arcane Intellect, but I'm still holding an Arcane Intellect, so not a big deal. Okay, and then kill it. It's okay. Arcane Missile, pretty good. So, we'll actually go Apprentice.
I'll be just like you.
Cheap card draw. Engineer.
I hope you like my invention.
Okay, that's fine. And let's pray. Yes, and one more hit. Yes, and then exchange.
If you're sure.
Good stuff. Good turn. So I'm going to expect removal against the Apprentice. But I've got one in my hand, so I can save that for the combo later. Nope. This is a strange deck. Ice Lance. I mean, I say it's a strange deck, but it looks like I'm going to have to sort of like hold it off with Ice Lance, which is really not ideal. I don't want to have to be doing that. Ah, I should have Pyroblasted. Bad player. Bad player.
Sure.
I am. Alright, let's see what he does now.
I hope you like my invention.
Okay, that's totally fine. Okay, that could end up being a problem. And then he's gonna fireball it, yeah. Flamestrike. I can go Apprentice and then Flamestrike. But that won't kill the Ogre. But I'll have Ice Lance to freeze it, so that'll be fine. I can go for the Arcane Missile. Yeah, because if I get 2 hits on the Ogre, I'll trade. Hit the Ogre! No. So we just gotta freeze him. Deal damage to its head.
Sure.
So now this is all about top decking for us, unfortunately. I guess Arcane Intellect will be the best draw right now. Ouch. No, the best draw right now would be Fireball. And it's not a Fireball. So we do this. We force him to deal with this. I'm expecting this trade. If he just goes straight for my head, then I Pyroblast, draw a card, potentially win. So he's gonna go for the freeze, and then the... okay. Okay. So really the best card now is Blizzard. Hey. So we Blizzard. Take out the Ogre. We're okay with this in the field. 3 damage to us is not that big of a deal. So Pyroblast, and then Fireball. That's what has to happen. That's fine. Loot Hoarder. Yeah, this is nice because this is going to be card draw, right? I could even Fireball it myself, or just throw it at a guy. Probably throw it at a guy, it makes more sense. But, 2 cards left. I think I have 1 Fireball left. Or 12 cards in the deck, I think I have 1 Fireball left. I'm going to be drawing 2. It's going to be, is this a game win? Oh, Mirror Image. It's going to be Pyroblast? Oh, Swamp Ooze again. Fireball, okay. So, I mean, we're now on the Pyroblast death clock, right? Because he could just Pyroblast next turn. Arcane Intellect. What's gonna happen? Flamestrike, Ice Barrier. Oh, shit. I guess we Flamestrike. And just hope he doesn't have the direct damage. What else do we do, right? I mean, Ice Barrier would only be the right answer if we were expecting a charge creature. Which I guess Argent Commander would be the one that we would expect. He's enraging himself. Okay. This is not good, my friends. This is not good. We're just going to play the 1 mirror image. Because that's all we need, right? Because if the Demolisher kills one... well, actually... okay, so it's a problem if he Flame Strikes, because then he just had card advantage, but we want this to definitely hit a... oh, I think that means he won.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
By the power of the top deck. So he's going to survive the 1 turn. So he's gonna... he thinks, oh, I'm just going to kill you with damage, but then it's like, oh, Ice Barrier. What are you going to do about it? Unless he just drew Fireball. But if he drew Fireball, why isn't he just casting it and just winning the game? Or Fireball and then Fire Blast, right? Yeah, so we soak all that damage. We can soak, yeah, 3 and then 2 and then 1. I think we win. I think we win Fire Blast. Oh, what's it gonna be? Does he have 1 more damage? Does he have 1 more damage? Nope, we win. Hilarious. Hilarious. Sorry. Oh man, Angry Chicken Wars. This is how Angry Chicken games go. So we got 2 stars. I guess the 3rd star promotes us. Yay, money. Alright, so we're back. I'm probably going to just try and get out of Angry Chicken before ending this series here. Just had to alt-tab out for a second to argue with, rather, a anti-vaccine person. Vaccinate your kids, people. Another one of these. Pretty sure it's a different guy, though. Apparently some sort of PlayStation X anarchist or something. Alright. No Auctioneer. Pretty good. Ideally, I always want a Frostbolt in my opening hand, because that's sort of the best removal mage has.
Hello.
Like the best turn 2 removal, obviously. Okay.
Mind if I roll need?
So this is interesting. Loot Hoarder is a good turn to play when you're going second against Mage, because now Mage can always just fireball him out, and then it's just you pay 2 mana to draw a card, but then I'm sort of locking out his third turn. And third turn plays can include secrets, right? Two Ironbeak Owls aren't the greatest, but I guess I can just silence that guy now. Ooh, good question. What do we do? Let's go with the owl. Last game I did the opposite. Last game I theorized I could bait him out to cast spells he doesn't need to cast in order to boost his creature. But this game I have the coin, and let's just try the opposite. The opposite strategy. So I can take 1 damage forever, basically. Yeah, let's even throw a mirror image out there. So he might like attack and then firebolt, and then he'll have 3 mana only. Just sort of like wear down your opponent's resources.
Pay attention, class.
Okay. I mean, we have the Ironbeak, but I think it's better just to get rid of her because she's also a big creature. So we just need the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and then in 5 turns we'll probably be winning. I mean, it's a little bit different against Mage because of the capability to board clear, but we'll see. Boom, 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 boom.
My invention.
What do we get? Loot Hoarder, that's fine. But I'd prefer to Arcane Intellect. Trying to get into my combo as soon as possible. Nothing else we really want to do. Oh, how many cards do we have in our hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We actually have 10 cards in our hand. This is actually something I spoke about on the forums. There really needs to be an auto count function because I don't want to have to count this many cards. But anyway, we need to get rid of a card because next turn, if we draw a card, we're just going to have it fizzle, which is horrible if it ends up being a piece of our combo, or like an Ice Lance or a Frostbolt or something. So make sure not to have 10 cards in your hand. See, when you go over your opponent's hand, it'll tell you right away. I think the best idea would be to have it over your mage, like your portrait. If you like scroll over, it can tell you how many cards you have. That'd be great. So this is kind of a no-brainer, right? Mage isn't going to really overdevelop their field, so there's no point in holding on to it. Trivia time. This is the only battlefield where each corner has a permanently sort of destructible feature, right? The window, the sign, the crates, and the well. If you ever get bored and want to start playing Hearthstone trivia. Yeah, he's just going for the kill here, I guess. It's fine. Blizzard, that's a little bit overkill. So we're actually going to go with the Auctioneer.
I got the best deals anywhere.
And then when you have the Auctioneer, you probably want to cast some spells, but I don't really have anything I want to cast. So we're going to silence one of those minions.
If you're sure.
So he might just Flamestrike right now, which should be okay. I'm just trying to sort of bait out all the damage that he has onto my minions. And, or, in the case of Flamestrike, if he were to do it, it's not really baiting out damage against me because he couldn't cast it on me, but it would sort of slow down his damage to my face, which is something I want. Right, so he just played a free secret. We're going to try and figure out what that secret is. Pyroblast, okay. So, it could be Vaporize. So, first, let's get rid of this little minion. Let's check if it's Vaporize.
Sure.
Yep. So that was ideal, right? This is kind of an interesting... Actually, I guess Fireball makes the most sense. Get the card draw going, it's nice. We should have a Kobold somewhere in there, because I don't think we've played the Kobold yet. And we need a Sorcerer's Apprentice. But actually, we should just start swinging for the phase. So let's freeze her up. Oh. So we've equalized our health scores, and we've got a much better hand than him, I'm pretty sure. The scariest thing that could come out right now is a Pyroblast, followed by Pyroblast next turn. But I think if he had that, he would already be casting it. So the fact that he's hesitating suggests that I probably have this game.
I wonder.
A great draw would be Kobold or Arcane or Sorcerer's Apprentice. Sorcerer's Apprentice, rather. Okay, that's fine. Let's just delay. Yeah, okay. So that's all damage that could have been going to my face. Right, that 4 damage from the Ice Lance if he was able to freeze me somehow. Right, slowly whittle me down, I guess. What do we got? Mirror Image, okay. So we want to draw cards. So Mirror Image, just to get that card draw going. Okay, do the Engineer, because then we can still Arcane Missile twice. Apprentice, that's good. So we play the Apprentice. And then we start casting these for free. That's not what I'm going to do. Another Arcane Missile. This guy comes out a little bit too late. But unless something crazy happens, I think we have this game. He's got 5 cards. I mean, he could clear the board, right? But if he clears the board, then I Pyroblast. I need a Fireball in there. And I don't know if that's the case. See that difference in card draw? He's got 14 cards left. I've got a whole 2 cards left. So this deck can't fatigue itself out. It's one of the biggest dangers. Okay. Okay, not the worst in the world.
I'm almost out of cards.
Ice Barrier at this point. It's a laugh. So we'll just play the Geomancer. Let's get that 1 extra damage on the Pyroblast. He's got to kill the Kobold, otherwise I Fireblast and kill him. I'm hoping that last card's a Fireball. But honestly, I don't know if I've played 2. I'm thinking I've only played 1, but... Okay. Delay of game. So here's the question. Do we win the game with this card? Yes, we do. It's not a fireball, but it's good enough. Yay. Okay, so this should get us out of Angry Chicken. Yes, and we're now a Leper Gnome? Okay, that's fine.
Hey! Save the whale!
Not affiliated with Save the Whales.